Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Unbreakable You. I am Olga your empowerment coach. And today I want to have an episode that's not polished, not theoretical, and not distance. This is a real episode. And today I'm talking about what happens when you speak from your heart and you met with silence. No response, no acknowledgement, no closure. Just pure silence. And if you've ever found yourself wondering why that silence feels much heavier than the rejection itself, why it hurts deeper than an argument, why your chest tightens, your mind races like crazy, and your sense of worth suddenly feels so shaky. I want you to know something right away. There is nothing wrong with you. This episode is about understanding why silence hurts so much, why we reach harder when someone pulls away, and how to stop abandoning yourself in the process. So I want to start with why silence hurts so much. Because silence is not neutral. When you express something vulnerable, like your feelings, your truth, your humanity, your nervous system expects an attunement. Now, what is an attunement? An attunement is being seen, being acknowledged, being emotionally met. So when you share something so vulnerable, your body is wired for this attunement because connection equals safety. So when you're met with silence instead, your nervous system does not interpret that as nothing happened. It actually interprets it as danger. Because silence activates anxiety, overthinking, self-doubts, and physical sensation like tightening in the chest or even knots in the stomach. That's not drama. This is biology. Your brain is trying to answer the question, am I safe in this connection? And silence feels like a no. That's why silence doesn't just hurt emotionally. It actually destabilizes your sense of self. Especially if you are someone who values honesty, values depth, and really yourself emotional presence is important for you. And when someone is withdraws, we find ourselves reaching more often. And this is the part that many women feel ashamed to admit. When someone goes quiet, we often reach out again. We explain ourselves. We soften our words. We try to make it easier for them to respond. We hope that one more message will restore the connection. And understand that this is not weakness. This is attachment activation. When connection feels threatened, the nervous system says, fix it, repair it, don't lose it. Especially if you are emotionally opened. Now, here's where the pain or the dynamical, painful part actually happens. Emotionally avoidant people regulate discomfort by withdrawing. Emotionally attuned people regulate discomfort by connecting. So someone that is not emotionally intelligent enough will avoid you. Someone who is avoidant personality will avoid you. You need to be strong enough emotionally to reconnect even when it's not comfortable. So the more one pulls away, the more the other reaches out. And suddenly, the woman who's capable of deep love begins to feel too emotional, begins to feel too much or too needy, when in reality, she's only asking for basic acknowledgement. This is where so many women start to betray themselves, not intentionally, but out of fear of losing the connection. But there is a real question under this silence. At some point, silence pushes us forward to just ask those deeper questions. Not why didn't they answer, but actually, do I really matter? That question isn't about ego. That question is really about existence. When someone listens to your vulnerability, when you're openly talking about it, and it's very hard to share your vulnerability, but in return, they offer nothing to you. The nervous system hears, I am invisible. And invisibility is one of the most painful emotional experience that a human can have. And here's the truth that brings clarity, even though it really hurts. Silence does not reflect your worth. Silence reflects their emotional capacity. A person who is capable of connecting may need time, but they don't leave you alone with your vulnerability. Even one sentence like, I don't know how to respond, but I hear you, requires minimum effort and basic humanity. And when that doesn't happen, it's not because you asked for too much. It's because you asked the wrong person. There's a very powerful book that I just read, Rising Strong from Brené Brown, that speaks directly to this experience. And I'm going to provide you a quote from that line, which really resonates very well with me. When we deny ourselves the truth, we deny ourselves of healing. Silence often keeps us stuck because we want to reinterpret it. We want to excuse it. We want to even minimize it. But healing begins when we allow the truth to be what it is. Someone did not meet us emotionally when it actually matters most. And the truth is, as painful as it is, that's what frees us. So how do you get from chasing to containment? And this is where the shift happens. Healing does not begin when the other person finally responds. Healing begins when you stop exposing your heart to someone who keeps withdrawing. There's a difference between vulnerability and self-abandonment. Vulnerability says, I will share when there is safety. Self-abandonment says, I will keep sharing even when it hurts. Even when it hurts me. And containment is the ability to say, I've said enough. I've showed up. I didn't need to bleed to be seen. Power does not come from saying the perfect thing. Power comes from knowing when to stop reaching. Not as punishment, but as self-respect. You don't stop because you don't care. You stop because you care about yourself. And you're probably asking yourself, what do you do after this silence? If you're sitting in silence right now, here's what matters. First, stop searching for hidden meaning. Silence is not a puzzle. It is information. Number two, regulate your nervous system first. Before you start analyzing anything, calm your body. Go through slow breathing. Do grounding. Do some movement. Go to the gym. Place your hand on your chest and just calm yourself down. You are still worthy. Number three, grieve what you hoped for. Because the reason we get hurt is because we are hoping. You are not grieving the person. You are grieving the connection that you're actually imagined. The person you are hoped that person to be for you. And that grief is so real. And number four, make yourself a new internal promise. Say quietly to yourself, I will not chase connection at the cost of my own dignity. I will not chase a connection at the cost of my own dignity. And this is your unbreakable moment. This is your unbreakable you moment. And if this episode touches something that's really resonates with you, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not too much. You are not dramatic. You are not asking for too much. You are asking the wrong person for the right thing. And the work of Unbreakable You is learning how to turn that reaching back towards yourself. Because the woman who feels deeply and speaks honestly does not have to shrink. That woman needs safety. She needs presence. She needs reciprocity. And if you are in silence right now, you did not fail. You showed up. You showed your intentions. You shared what was hard to share. And that makes you so powerful. Work on yourself. Give yourself grace. And give yourself the love that you deserve. Thank you for being here with me today. And I hope that this episode helps you get a little bit of clarity. And until next time, share this video with someone who might need to hear this. I'll see you soon.